Welcome to FiberChronicles. I'm Bonnie. You can find me across social media on Instagram, Ravelry, and Facebook. I can also be found on Etsy. All of these places I am FiberChronicles. My email is fiberchronicles@gmail.com. I decided to move to a different location today to see if I could get some nice footage of me outside. It is a bit gusty, so we will see how the sound goes in doing this. Hopefully it will go okay. I've had a really hard time staying focused on what I'm knitting, and I keep bouncing from project to project, which means I don't get a lot done on anything. So I've been trying to work on some smaller projects, and so I have a few things complete. I decided to try making jewelry, maybe trying to sell them in my Etsy shop. Let me know what you think of that down in the comments below if you have an opinion. I have these. They are knitted with some sock yarn that I made a pair of fingerless mitts out of for someone. And I think they look quite nice. They're a garter stitch that I did with mitered corners, and so that they would come out square. I've thought about putting beads on them. I haven't decided exactly what I'm going to do yet, but this is my first finished object. I do have another pair of earrings that I have completed. It is my first time of knitting with wire. Here's what they look like over my hand. And in my ears, they look like this. And I want to add some bead embellishments on these as well. I also made a pendant that I haven't actually, the pendant is complete, but I haven't put on anything on it yet, like a chain or anything. So, but I thought it looked really nice. And this is I-cord. I knitted I-cord with the wires. I made a spool loom to do this I-cord. And I tried knitting with knitting needles, and it was very difficult, so that didn't work out well for me. But the spool loom worked really well, and my son put that together for me, and he plans to make me another one that is even better. Now that we know that the I-cord works properly on it, then he's going to design another one and probably make it a lot nicer, and I might just sell those in my shop also. The next thing I made was this lace earring, and this has not been blocked. It will look nicer once it's blocked, and it will show more of the holes. And I don't know, I only made one of these, so it's only a half almost finished object. But this is another possibility of lace work that I thought might look nice as earrings. And then my sister wanted some lacy earrings, and she also wanted maybe some rainbow colors, and so I made these crocheted lace, and these also haven't been blocked, so the lace isn't showing up as well, but I did make two of them out of rainbow crochet cotton. They turned out really nice. I'm very happy with them, and so they just need to be starched, blocked and starched, and have ear wires put on them, and then they will be done. I made a knitted leaf, and this was just using the scrap yarns that I had. So I don't intend on selling this odd salmony pink color of leaf, but I do think I will try it in green. It has an I-cord stem. It could be used as earrings or as a pendant. I can do different sizes, so you could have a larger pendant and then smaller earrings. I am probably going to experiment with this because I do want to keep up making this jewelry. I found at the thrift store these beautiful colors of embroidery wool. It is wool, it smells nice and sheepy, and there's some very nice colors that I thought would work really well for making some more of this jewelry. So I was really happy to find those. The other thing I've been working on, and this is what I've worked on most, is a pair of fingerless mitts for my husband, 2 at a time, using Chow-Goo needles. They are what I almost exclusively use if I can. I love the Chow-Goos. They work so well for me. I'm doing a cable pattern that matches what I used on his hat when I made that last year before Christmas. And I'm not using a pattern, I'm just kind of looking at different things. I'm going finger down. I am about a 1/2 inch for being able to separate for the thumb gusset. I will work until I run out of this yarn since it's left over from his hat. There may not be enough to totally complete the mitts. If I run out, I will find some other yarn to just finish up and he'll be okay with that. I'm doing this in my 2 at a time bag that I designed. Inside, I don't think you can see in there, but there is a separator, and so there's room for 2 balls in there. I have these snaps here, and so it's easy to get to detach your work from the bag if you want to, and then you have one strand come off on either side of the snap closure thing so that you can keep them from getting tangled inside the bag. If they still get a little twisted sometimes, you just have to turn your work around a little. And then there's plenty of room to shove your work down on one side. Pull the drawstring closed. I started working last week on a test knit for Barbara of the KnittingILove podcast. She put up a call for test knitters of her first shawl. It's a beautiful shawl. I really like it. I happen to have the yarn that I had just purchased a couple weeks before at the thrift store that I didn't know what I was going to use it for, and this was a perfect pattern. It was the right amount. It's a nice green color. They are mill ends, and so there are some imperfections on them, but it's a nice green 100% virgin wool, and it is worsted. There were some stains on the yarn, some rust stains that had been on the yarn right here, and so I pulled from the outside of the ball. Even though I hate going from the outside, I did from the outside of the ball to do my swatch, which turned out wonderfully. I love the fabric. It does have some stains on it from the rust, which luckily that will not be on the shawl because it's on the swatch. So I'm really glad I thought to do that. She had to have us wait on the test knitting because she found more errors than she wanted. So she wants to perfect the pattern more before we finish the test knit and before we start up again. So I'm anxiously waiting on her redone pattern so that I'll be able to do this test knit because it is just a beautiful shawl. I also bought some yarn yesterday, I believe. My niece had a baby, a little baby girl. She already had 3 boys and now she finally got a girl. I asked her if she wanted some knitwear and she requested a nice warm winter hat at about the 6-month size because the baby was just born a few days ago. She lives in Colorado Springs, Colorado in the USA, which is a nice skiing area, which means snow and cold in the wintertime. She wanted some jewel tones, maybe a raspberry or plum color, and this is what I found. So this is from Plymouth Yarn Company. It's Encore. It is a worsted weight and 75% acrylic, 25% wool. It is machine wash and dry. I hadn't asked her if she was up to hand washing or making sure to hand dry, and so I decided getting something that was machine wash and dry would be better for her. So I am actually quite nice. It's nice and soft. I felt softer, but this is very soft, and I'm happy with it. It was made in Turkey. So worsted weight, 100 grams, 200 yards. it should be plenty for making a hat and some booties. Another thing, another acquisition I got was some unknown wool. I got 2 of these really large skeins. I haven't weighed them, so I'm not sure how much they weigh, but they are definitely larger than this, which is a 4-ounce one. So it's also loftier, so it may be 4 ounces, but I'm thinking it's probably more. I didn't even think to measure it, to weigh it, but I'll have to do that. It did not have a label, so I don't know exactly what it is. It did burn. When I did a burn test, it smelled and acted like wool. I am pretty sure it feels like wool. It is a nice soft wool. It is obviously marled with a brown, 1 strand of brown and 2 strands of cream. I'm guessing that this is undyed, but I'm not sure. What I've decided I want to do with it, because it does have a few stains here and there also, and this is not actually a color that I would use for anything, but I've really wanted to try dyeing with avocado. So that's what I plan on doing. I have avocado skins and pits saved in the freezer for when I found something I wanted to try dyeing. So that is going to be a future project, is dyeing this to see just what I can get out of this. And I think that the marl will be really nice. I'm very excited to try this, and I have 2 skeins of it that appear to be full skeins. My last acquisition is not a skein of yarn, but it is made out of yarn. I found this sweater at the thrift store. It was a Coldwater Creek sweater. It's only a size medium, and I wear an extra large right now. So there is absolutely no way I could wear it. It has beautiful cabling, so it's a shame that I can't wear it, but I really dislike the color. It is made out of 45% nylon, 30% modal, 22% wool, and 3% cashmere. It is a beautiful yarn. It is so soft. It is either a lace weight or a light fingering. I'm actually thinking it might be a light fingering. And I plan to reclaim this wool. I will unravel this sweater in spite of the beautiful cables, and I will reuse this yarn. I will probably make some socks out of it, and maybe a lightweight summer sweater, since it does have good fibers for a summer sweater, or for a not quite as hot sweater. It is so soft and luscious. I love this fiber. So that is all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed my episode. I hope the wind wasn't too bothersome, didn't make too much noise. The wind was quite aggressive for a few minutes there. Hopefully it's calm enough now that I can do my closing. I am thankful that you came to watch. I am grateful for every view that I get. I hope you enjoyed the episode. Please subscribe if you are watching for the first time and you want to see more. Thanks for watching. See you next time.